Hey guys, so I watched Scott's thoughts video on Friday where he solo ran Abra in Pokemon Yellow. Here's a little summary of his results. Abra needs 2 hours and 52 minutes to beat Brock and 1 hour and 10 minutes for the rest of the game. For a first stage Pokemon to beat everything after Brock in just 1 hour and 10 minutes on an unoptimized run is extremely strong. He ranked Abra in his lowest tier possible. Bruno, ouch, that hurts. Whether this is fair or not is what we are going to answer today. Unfortunately, I don't know what his tiers correlate to, so I'm not going to be able to rank it properly in a tier. But I'm going to show you how much faster I've beaten Brock at the same level, so you can just add the additional 1 hour and 10 minutes and have an accurate Scott Thoughts time for his run in this ranking system. So I want you all to guess, how much time are we shaving off? Like 10 minutes? Half an hour? What about 1 hour and 10 minutes of time saves? Yes, I would have finished my Abra run just after he has beaten Brock. Just a quick reminder that this is not a video to bash Scott. This is an unoptimized run which he himself said afterwards. He put much more effort in his what if scenarios because it was generally more fun for him. I just watched it and thought that it's a little bit unfair for the little spoonless golden fox. For everyone who didn't watch his video, I'm going to give you the quickest of rundowns possible. We are not allowed to use other Pokemon in battle, we are not allowed to use items in battle. All other Soul 1 rules are neglectable for this beating Brock split. Abra only learns Teleport, a non-damaging move, so we have to use up all of our PP and struggle ourselves to victory. I'm solely going to explain how I cut time off. I mean, the general strategy of beating Metapods early on to get the best deal for your HP should be obvious. The first huge time save comes before beating the second rival. Scott tried to brute force Abra through that fight, because he wanted the Pokeballs that you get afterwards from Professor Oak. He wanted these balls to sell them and buy more potions to extend his run of not needing to heal at the Poke Center. This makes no sense at all, because at the end of it, you are still going to heal the same amount of times. So we delay this fight until we are level 17. We beat him first try, which means we didn't need to reset, and the fight itself was a quicker one. But we had to heal at the Pokemon Center multiple times to get to this level already, which means that we had to deplete our PP for Teleport, over and over again. For now we maybe have saved 5 to 10 minutes. No time save that wasn't obvious to everyone. Now we come to the one and actually only other change that I did, but it is very effective, like a water type attack for Brock would be. What a shame. We kept the Light-Year strain until the very end. Scott said that he averaged 200 XP per trip to the Poke Center. I averaged about 320 XP. I simply used up all my teleports in the forest, all for Metapods to take down, but I was happy with every Pokemon level 4 or higher. I actually only took out one Pidgeotto in this entire run. Pidgeys and Carnaby's level 4 give 31 XP, and when one-shotted we take 8 to 9 HP in recoil. Metapods level 4 take 9 HP, and level 6s take 11 HP. Pidgeys level 6 are tough to one-hit, but at certain levels, or rather HP of my own, are still good to knock out. They take 11 HP plus the HP lost because of Gust, 3 to 5 HP depending on my level. One-shotting the Diglett requires 11 HP. When we take one hit we should arrive here at 18 HP, because when strugglers use multiple turns it sometimes rounds up to 12 HP lost, and we take approximately 5 HP from scratch. But even when we faint because of a crit or an unlucky roll, this does not matter, because we save here every single time. We never, under any circumstance, want to knock out the Sandshrew. And that's the basic trick where I got such a good time on the split. If you're not interested in math or data, then everything to come is not going to be enjoyable for you. And it's not needed, because I basically already explained everything. But for everyone else, let me get into further detail of how to linear optimize the experience yield per trip for overall time. The general graph is like a sine function. The x-axis is how many mons we're able to knock out per trip, and the y-axis is HP left when the Light-Year's trainer sends out Sandshrew. Everything from 1 to 3 HP is perfect, because we knock ourselves out from the struggle recoil on Sancho. No need to depend on the absolute flawless Gen 1 AI. Let me give you an example to understand this unnecessarily complicated explanation. We have, for example, 55 HP max. We are at the level where we are guaranteed to knock out the Diglett in one hit. We want to have 12 to 14 HP for the fight to knock out the Diglett, and have HP left to actually gain the experience, and furthermore knock out on the first use of struggle against Sancho. We have an optimal range of 41 to 43 HP to spend. Of course, having 3 Metabots level 6 and 1 Metapod level 4 would be optimal. To get rid of 42 HP and gives out 224 XP, plus the additional 156 XP from the Diglett, which I'm going to neglect for this calculation because it's not a variable, it's a constant. At the flip side, I could beat 5 Cartabees level 3, lose 40 HP, not even a perfect range, and only gain 105 XP, which still would be 261 XP per healing trip. The interesting part now is the encounter rate in the forest. Metapods only have an encounter rate of 35%, or roughly 1 in 3. Waiting for exclusively Metapods is not only going to cost more time, but oftentimes leaves me with an undesirable amount of HP. After all, we are optimized for time and not trips to the Poké Center, even though these are strictly tied. On realistic attempts I got 1 Metapod, and every other attempt 2 Metapods, 2 Cartabees each and 1 Pidgey on one, 2 on the other one. That's not only anecdotal evidence from me, it's pretty much aligned with the counter rate percentages. As an example, let's say that 1 Metapod was level 6 and 2 were level 4. I wanted to only knock out Cartabees level 4 or 5, so let's say that we have 3 level 4s because they are way more common and 1 level 5. 1 level 6 Pidgey and 2 level 4 Pidgeys. These are all realistic encounter rates and could be faced without needing to flee once. That accumulates to 412 XP, and the HP lost will be 90, even 28 HP for 2 Digletts that require me to have 24 HP. That was a calculation to showcase why some levels are extremely awkward and why we are not fleeing from every Pokemon that is not a Metapod. But on levels like in this case, level 23, we are not taking on a level 6 Pidgey, even though it looks like it gives out a good XP yield for the time that we spend. I get a better result when I flee from level 6 Pidgeys, and not flee from level 3 Caterpies, when I'm at an awkward level like level 23. At level 22, I take on the level 6 Pidgey and level 6 Metapod. I actually want to face as many as possible, because I have only 53 HP. I can only take on 4 Pokemon per turn anyways. 2 Pokemon that cost me 11 HP, aka level 6s, and 2 Pokemon that cost 9 HP. I flee from level 3 Caterpies at level 22, but not at level 23. Sounds counterintuitive, but I think everyone will get it by now. Every level that makes it barely possible to squeeze in 1 more Pokemon leads to fleeing from higher level mons and wanting to face low level mons. In the equation above, you only need to change both level 6 Metapod and level 6 Pidgey to level 4s, for the optimal case. That's just 36 SP less, or 688 total, averaging 344 per trip. At level 23, when I faced a level 6 at full HP, I did not run away, because it gave me the freedom to face level 3 Caterpies, which are extremely common, and I don't need to waste time fleeing. The last bit is rather to optimize for time, because getting lucky at level 22 with the encounters could actually give out more XP than getting unlucky at level 23. But fleeing is a huge time waste in this one. I'm sorry that I have no way of showing or articulating how much time it would accurately waste to always look for the optimal Pokemon, but I think this video is already going on for too long anyway. I hope you all enjoyed this, whatever this was, as some solo ones pre-recorded, and it will come out frequently from now on. Some are like these, responses to other solo runners' attempts. Most are just my own ones, with a certain twist which you are going to see on my Blastoise one, or just really optimized ones. I try to never just put out one when I have the feeling that I could have done better. But that's all, have a nice one, see ya.